Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Tony Sirianni podcast. I am absolutely thrilled to have my friend Jeff Crosby. He's also the CEO and founder of 3X Equity with us today. Thanks for being with us, Jeff.
All right. It's good seeing you again, Tony.
Well,
Congratulations to you and what you've done at AdvisorHub. You've just made a huge impact in the industry for a lot of people, changed lives. So I know that we're not here to talk about that, but I do want to congratulate you and the team for that.
no, there's always time to say nice things about me.
Okay.
My
All
show.
right.
I'm happy to take the time.
It's easy to tell the truth. It's easy to remember the truth when it's the truth. So
That's exactly right. Well, speaking of which, I know we should congratulate you. You're doing your 30th Ironman in October, right?
Yeah, I am. And if you wanted to do that race with me, Tony, it's
Yeah,
sold out. So you can't. And even if you
I
want to jump
can't.
in,
I'd love to do it with
I
you, but
cannot
yeah,
get you,
I also
cannot get you in.
I don't think anyone's ever lived to do 31 marathons. Just FYI, just keep that in your little computer
Yeah,
base thing too.
yeah,
No one
okay.
does 31 of those things and lives. So just my prediction for the future.
Oh, is it good? Maybe a good time to retire from.
It may be. But look, let's talk a little bit about, so we know you're successful at that. And also, you've done 3X equities. Great. First of all, you're a giant producer as well. I mean, you're still in the game as a top financial advisor. I think that's terrific. And you've also founded 3X Equity, which I think is an innovative, firm that does recruiting and talks to advisors about M&A and all that good stuff. So let's talk about from your perspective, which is unique because of both those things. Where are you seeing the industry today in terms of transitioning you got your ear to the ground with everything. I'm happy to do my 2 cents too, but what are you seeing out there?
Um, well, I guess interesting question in that I know you're not a big sports guy or football guy, which is understandable, and a lot of people are, but I guess an analogy to it is if you think of Russell Wilson, top quarterback, Super Bowl winner, he signed the richest contract in the NFL as a quarterback 2 years ago. Now he's 12th richest quarterback contract. So the industry's changed significantly every year in what BDs are paying or what people are paying to move your book. 2 years ago, it was the richest contract. I mean, so like to name drop a little bit, LPL initially was paying about, 40 basis points on the independent side to move your book. Now LPL is paying up to 100 basis points.
Dude, when I started, my deals as the 30 something years ago was 10%.
Yeah. So anyways, big change. And to transition to that, well, why are they paying? Well, assets are worth a lot of money. Yeah. And the profitability. So one could say move for assets, or one could say grow your book organically and then get paid more to move in 2 years. But that's part of your goals and what one wants to do.
It's a holistic thing, right? I mean, we can talk about what's going on in the industry today, but you always got to bring it down to a holistic, what's good for me, my clients, my business level at some point. And I know you do a lot of counseling with guys about that.
Well, let me even bring that up, Tony, for a minute. I mean, maybe, yeah, we get paid to move advisors from one firm to another. The advisor doesn't pay us, the BD or firm pays us. So we have every incentive to move an advisor. But maybe something advisors haven't heard is maybe they should just stay where they are. Yeah. Well, why stay where you are? Well, because you don't know if it's better on the other side. Or maybe there was a top advisor that we worked with, and we said, hey, go back to your BD and see if you can negotiate your comp splits. So they went back, and this is a Barron's type advisor, and they negotiated their admin split, and the BD says, okay, we will do it for you. So, so sometimes it's not green on the other side. Sometimes you want to stay with your existing firm and negotiate with your existing firm. Now, we don't get paid on that, but we earned a lot of value with that advisor because we were able to coach them and counsel them. And it just shows the importance of the assets, and the broker dealer appreciated it, I'm sure, because they kept their own existing assets on the books with that Barron's advisor.
That goes without saying. So you also, I think you guys wrote an interesting article about 5 ways to screw up a transition, so I want to talk about that too a little bit. And, you want to look, you read about mistakes advisors make in AdvisorHub, every day. I mean, that's part of the schadenfreude of reading AdvisorHub is you see what people do wrong and you try to avoid it, and, not, but some of these mistakes, a lot of people make. Like you had the number one, that people assume they know everything. They know they know everything about a transition.
Yeah. And what we advise too is hiring maybe a law firm to help them do it the right way to avoid mistakes. Like Hamburg Law is someone that we would recommend
Right.
for advisors to look into potentially to help them do that. And then to do it the right way and follow protocol so that they
Yeah.
don't get snagged at the end.
So you ever see the Seinfeld with George Costanza when he gets lemon in his eye, and he's winking. Everyone thinks he's winking at them the whole episode. He has to hold his eye to make sure people think he's telling the truth. If you tell an advisor, look, just take the names and the addresses of your clients. That's all you can take, or whatever. They go, okay. I'm like, no, no, no. That's all I want you to take. And they go, gotcha. And I'm like, no, I'm not winking at you. Just that's all you should take. I know what you mean. No, that's all you should take. But when a lawyer tells them, suddenly it makes, oh, okay, yeah, okay, I get it. This is what I could take. So I think having a lawyer in there is a smart way to go.
Yeah, and you watch better TV than I. I didn't see that episode. I'm normally watching Bachelor in
You're
Paradise,
probably
things like
running.
that. So you
You're probably
educate
running.
yourself, better. But yeah, no, but it's true. I mean, it could be super costly not doing it the right way. And frankly, if an advisor does move for the right reasons and they've got a good relationship with their clients, those clients are going to move, right? I mean, so the clients aren't with the BD, they are with the advisor. So it's important to do it the right way to avoid those mistakes on the back end. That's certainly one area. And then, a couple other mistakes is there's a lot of misperceptions of advisors with firms out there. Oh, XYZ was this, XYZ was that. Whoa, 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 no, 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 no. There's a lot of firms have changed. I mean, if I can just give two names as an example,
Yeah.
Tony, I mean, Wells Fargo, they're not the same firm they were when they got beat up 7 years ago. There's good and bad about whereas
A lot of good
Ameriprise,
people.
Ameriprise, complete. Oh, you saw your fund families. No, 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 no. That's not the way. I mean, so these firms have changed. So you really want to get multiple offers, looking to move, not just one offer. And a couple other things. Don't get paralysis from analysis either by overanalyzing it. But I guess again, going back to a sports analogy, because I'm a sports guy, is like, do you want to go to the team that you're going to get paid the richest contract, or do you want to go to the team that can help you win the championship? If you want to grow your book, go to the team that's going to help you win the championship. And growing your book might be utilizing the resources in your existing firm, or it could be going to another firm that's going to help you grow your book if your objective is to sell your book at the highest price, or allow that firm that you're coachable to grow your book within that new firm you're going. And there are firms that hold you back for
Yeah,
clearly.
yeah, no, no. And I think that goes back also to that number two. Hold on, the outdated opinions on some firms. A lot of firms, as the industry has moved, towards a more independent ethos, there are firms like Ameriprise, like Stifel, like this, like that, that have their traditional, traditionally structured, but they share a lot in common with the attitudes and the culture and all these great things that, might be really right for you. And look, there's some people are right for Merrill Lynch too. Some people are right for, Wires, and it works, for them. So you do need to take a hard look, or at least ask yourself. Do you ever ask guys to do like a self-assessment? Like just know yourself before you go before you start looking at some of these other firms?
We don't No, we don't do it specifically that way, but what we try to do is we actually try to coach the advisor not to move.
Right.
Why are you moving? It's got to be better. You got to be going do something, not from something. Go to something that's better. And frankly, Tony, again, we get paid helping advisors move, so we have every incentive. But I'm not a big fan of a practice moving just because of money.
Yeah.
To me, that should also be third. It's like move to something that's going to help you. I guess if the reason you're moving is paying off a bunch of IRS debt, or you got divorced and you got to move, I guess so. But boy, if you're committed to this practice, you're committed to servicing the clients, move for those reasons, not chasing the dollar, because the dollar is going to be pretty empty.
And right. And at the end of the day, like you said, if it's growth, that increases the enterprise value of your business if you can grow it. So
Oh, for sure.
So that's
Exactly.
what you got to think. Yeah, where is it going to be? Where am I going to be able to take this thing to the next level? Maybe here, maybe where I am, it's less disruption, whatever. But that's one of the honest questions you got to ask yourself, because
And then you can get paid twice. You get paid to move and you grow your book, you get paid to sell your book. you know, so, you know, the broker dealer, whomever's paying you to move your assets, well, someone's going to pay you a lot of money, you know, to buy your book. And then too, so on the reason someone should move, a misnomer too, we talked about misperceptions of history of previous broker dealers. Well, there's a misperception it's a root canal to move. Boy, the industry's changed a lot. E-signature, you know, repapering. It's not nearly as difficult to move as it once was. So, you know, that's where we can help the advisor understand that. We helped one advisor, top advisor. He moved 94% of his assets in 40 days. He hit all the back end bonuses. And so, you know, there's a way to do that. So, and the other thing is, again, in the spirit of moving, BDs are competing against one another, or firms are competing against one another. So we've been able to, when we lock into a candidate, help a candidate and consult a candidate, we typically are able to help them get a better offer. We don't want to try to get them the highest offer. I mean, we can, but you know, we have broker dealers compete for that advisor's business, and we're able to do that.
So how many offers? I mean, now I get the idea. Don't take just one offer. Do you have an ideal number in mind? Like
3.
three? That's the ideal. And are you when you have three? I'm also interested. Are you one independent, one? I mean, or it just depends on what the advisor wants.
No, we narrowed down. Do you want to go RIA? Do you want to go independent? Do you want to
They
go
know that already.
warehouse?
Okay.
Yeah, no, we don't want to waste the broker dealer's time. We don't want to waste the advisor's time. So we actually spend time up front. What do you want for yourself? Just like we would do an individual client. What do you want for your practice? Who's going to move with you? Where do you see yourself in 3 years? I mean, I think 3 years out is about as far out as you can really tangibly forecast for yourself. 5 years is a stretch. So we try to get people to think in 3 years from now and think about their succession plan.
Yeah, yeah, obviously clearly important. And then timing.
What do you mean timing?
Timing. When do I do this move? You know, I can't move today because my sister's birthday is on a Thursday and Christmas is
And
coming.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think there's a timing issue. More of an issue that we are trying to help advisors coach them through. A lot of advisors don't think they can move because they got a dinged U4. We've been able to help advisors move to the right firm with the dinged U4. So that's just, you know, broker dealers are pretty fair. They're going to look at it and, oh, okay, that was, I get it on that annuity sale, or I get it on what happened here. And so broker dealers or firms are pretty open. So we've been able to, you know, most advisors out there have a dinged U4, just for those advisors listening. So it's okay. It's okay if that's the case, and we put you in the right firm, you know, with that. And again, someone like a Hamburg Law could help with that if we need to go that route. But a dinged U4 does not necessarily mean you can't move.
And then speaking of movement, you know, firms get acquired too. So we're in a world where there's an awful lot of activity between firms. You know,
So hypothetically, XYZ smaller regional broker dealer gets acquired by a bigger broker dealer Fortune 500 firm. Do you move to that firm? Perfect time that you're a free agent. That's when, you know, you look at the deal you're going to, but you are a free agent as an advisor. That's when you look at competing offers. Is that firm, the right culture, or do you need something different? So there's a recent big move, and you know, we were able to consult a lot of advisors, and, you know, sometimes it makes sense to move. And it depends what platform they're going to be on. And maybe this is an RI time they branch off to an RIA. Maybe, you know, they go to the firm. So just because that acquiring firm is acquired doesn't mean those advisors need to follow.
Right. And you know, we touched a little bit on it, but obviously we talked about enterprise value very briefly, but today, you know, the biggest stuff in the marketplace is equity, and of course, the biggest value you can have is your own firm's equity. So you got to put on your advisor hat here too. You know, you're building equity in your brand, and then it has a value. I mean, how do you rate that? How do you rate sort of your own firm's enterprise value versus what you can get on the street versus what you think it might be worth, you know, 10 years from now?
Yeah, well, when we first started 3X Equity, we went out to try to get the name 2X Equity. It was taken, so we named it 3X Equity. If I didn't have to spend millions of dollars in rebranding, we might change it to 4X Equity. Firms are paying more, so we shortchanged ourselves on the name 3X Equity. So that's just where the industry's going. And if someone's a Barron's advisor and they want to create more opportunities for themselves and private equity firms, they're probably going to go become an RIA.
Yeah.
And there's a bigger ocean out there, of buyers. If it's more, like I tell clients, more money's not better. More money's not better even for your practice, selling your practice. So maybe it's better to sell within. Easy transition. There's a lot of broker dealers. Boom, just flip the switch. It's that easy. Okay, great. You're out sailing the world, and it stays within existing. And offers are high enough within most firms. Names we've mentioned, LPL, Wells Fargo, Ameriprise, that most firms, in some ways it can be an even higher multiple because it stays with that firm. It makes it much easier for the buyer, to buy within the existing firm.
Well, let's do a couple minutes on with just your advisor hat on too, just in terms of your team and how you've helped it grow. Today, what's the best advice for growth you would give? And obviously you can grow inorganically. We've talked about that. That's what we're on. But about for organic growth and team management or anything like that, what would you rank number one today?
Wake up thinking how you're going to grow your business organically. Go to bed thinking how you're going to grow your business organically. Create centers of influences for you, from CPAs to Medicare specialists to divorce attorneys. Build those partnerships. Use those partnerships to go deeper in their book. The reality is most of those centers of influences don't have a very good CRM. So if you're trying to get those center of influences to invite their clients to your event that you're putting on, they don't have the CRM to do it. So you may need to help them build a CRM to do it. And you turn over the rocks. And I will tell the advisors out there running their own practice, you getting a new client makes you a better advisor. It just sharpens your saw. It makes you motivated. It gives you passion. It makes you better for your existing clients. And don't be afraid to tell your clients that. So when you're asking for referrals, and there's a specific way to ask for referrals, let the clients know, hey, you're going to get better service by us, by my team, because it makes us better getting new clients. It just, for whatever reason, it just sharpens the saw.
Yeah, and look, I think well, you just got a new multi-million-dollar client this morning. You told me before you
And
write it,
yeah,
75-hour workout.
and you hustle for it. I mean, it's relationships. Most good advisors know all this. It's not about the product. It's not about your process. It's about relationships, trust. People trust you, Tony, at AdvisorHub, and that's why they hire you. And again, if the name of the game, if these broker dealers are paying a lot of money to transition your book, why? It's because of AUM. Well, then build up your AUM so that you can create a better exit plan. Well, how do you build up your AUM? Well, you go out and you work at it. You organically work at it. You make it happen. And for those advisors out there, probably CPAs are your best centers of influence. And you build that relationship with the CPA. And I'll give you one hint. If you have a CPA relationship and they're not giving you referrals, just ask them the question, or ask them the question at the beginning so you can avoid this. Is there an advisor that you refer your clients to? And if they say yes, well, that's why you're not getting referrals. And it's okay if they say yes, you'll still refer your maybe clients to them as a CPA, but you want to know that question when you ask a center of influence, when you build a relationship with center of influence, is there another advisor that
Yeah.
you are referring your business to? Because you just want to know. Last example, Tony, if I may, to help those advisors out there, is that a Medicare specialist is, I asked him, he's got 30 agents under him. I said, hey, let me ask you, do you have an advisor you refer to? Yeah, I do, but he's the one I sold my practice to initially when I was a financial advisor. And it's just a small little one-man shop. So I refer some people to him, but other clients that need more sophistication, whatnot, I don't have anybody. Perfect. Keep referring certain clients to them, but here's what we are, and it's worked out awesome.
Yeah.
So, and then you build up your book, sell it at a higher price down the road because you know.
Of course, no, look, that's great advice. I think this is not, I know that it's not like advisors don't know stuff, but it's good to see. It always is a little bit of a boost to see somebody else who's doing it successfully and hear about it, because it makes you refocus. Like you said, you don't want to, it's very easy in this business to develop a lifestyle practice and then stop caring, and that's not good for anybody.
Yeah, yep. And yeah, most advisors listening to this aren't going to learn anything new through this. They're just going to be reminded of what they already know. But sometimes that's the best lesson, to be reminded of of what we know. And I would tell advisors out there, if you've lost your passion for the business, now's the time to get out.
Yeah.
You got to be passionate in what you're doing with your clients. And if not, you can get in some problems. So keep that passion, you'll be able to grow. But once you've lost it, that's a sign that you might want to turn the chapter to do something different.
No question about it. Look, believe it or not, I think we're kind of at our time there. I want to leave it on a high note. Is there something else that you always have extra things to say? I don't know if there's anything else you want to tell the world while we're here.
I don't know, the work that Patrick's done for you. I personally think he deserves a raise. But I don't know. No, so
Yeah, you
I
don't
would
see all the
say,
bad things.
no, just love what you do, and I guess one advice I'd give as a practice: have your employees as the number one priority over your clients. And if you do that, your employees will work hard for you, members of your team, and you'll get better service to your clients. So don't make your clients first, make your employees first.
Right.
And I think that will help you continue to build a successful practice.
Fantastic. Brother, it's always good to have you on the show, and we'll do it again.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Tony.